Still learning, still learning. How's everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Make sure you run the thumbs up. Make sure you run the likes. Make sure you share it. And we're going to get started here in 1 minute. We're going to get started here in 1 minute, all right? Hope everybody's good. Can y'all hear me good, though? That's good. What's good? What's good? How y'all doing, man? Roll Tide, everybody. Roll Tide. Yes, run it up. Run it up. Run up the likes. We're gonna get everybody in here, so we don't have to circle back. Y'all know we got the live show tonight. Jance and Sean will be kicking it off tonight at 7 p.m. And then myself and Coach Jake Merrill will be taking over at 8 p.m. to end the night. So slight volume bump if possible. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Let me see. What about now? Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me now? Sound better? Make sure. All right. Can y'all hear me good? Mic check. We good? Live from Malmore. Yes, sir. Right in front of the facility. Y'all know what time it is. What's good, man? Yeah, man. You good? Hey, what's up, man? Let me know what y'all got going on, man. Sounds good. Awesome, awesome. Let's get into it, y'all. Well, it's your boy, Coach Smook of Bama Football on YouTube, here with your post-practice report. Probably not going to do it like Kyle, but we're going to do it how we do it. Listen, a couple of takeaways that I would like to talk about coming out of the practice. We just left from media coverage, right? A lot of athletes out there. I mean, guys are looking good, looking fired up. First thing I noticed, though, when we walked out, when they gave us access, Coach Cap and his energy with that offensive line. He is not playing. You talking about a nasty group of big bodies who are moving around, and he's not taking half step in. No half effort, none of that. You got to bring it for Coach Cap. One thing I did notice, and this is no a lineup or anything like that. This is just the groups that I seen going ahead. They were doing half line work with the center, working with one side, staying low under the drills, under the sled drills. And then they switched up and brought another group and worked the right side. So the numbers I saw with that first group, the first team was 72, 52, and 57. So I think 72 is Parker Brailsford. Let me double check. Who was that at center? Jesus Christ. My phone acting slow. Let's get back to it. Here we go. 72. So number 72, Parker Brailsford, you had at center with that first group. You had 52, which we all know is Tyler Booker, and 57, Elijah Pritchett. And then when the next group, when they switched up and worked the right side, you had Parker Brailsford, Jaden Roberts, and then 54 is, I want to say is Naquil Bertrand. Let me double check the roster here. 54, who do we have at 54? That's Miles McVay, apologies. So it's looking like right now, and this is nothing to go off of, this isn't verbatim, just with this first group that we saw working on these drills, from left to right, you had Elijah Pritchett, Tyler Booker, Parker Brailsford, Jaden Roberts, and Miles McVay. Miles McVay, no surprise to me, you all know I've been very high on him and Wilkin Formby. In that second group, you had a 65, 73, 58, 55, and 75. So 65 is Naquil Bertrand. Then at 73, you had Olis Alanine. Then you had James Brockemeyer, Rock Montgomery. And then 75 was, and I want y'all to remember this, Wilkin Formby. So it looks like Wilkin and McVay are battling out for that right tackle position. And it looks like we got Pritchett and, sorry about the train, y'all. I can't control the train. Hopefully it's not too loud. Gonna let the train go by first. You see how disrespectful they are? It's fine though. This is the best part of it. Yeah, so Naquil Bertrand and Olis Alanine, they're bringing up that left side for the second group. And these guys are athletic guys. This offensive line looks tenacious. A lot of these guys have slimmed down. When you all see them in person, you won't be able to tell the difference, all right? But unless you're paying attention, these guys have slimmed down. The motive that and the thought that Kalen DeBoer and this staff wanted to have a little bit lighter of a line, not too skinny, but lighten them up, getting them a little bit more lean so they can be more athletic and be able to get out in space, you can look at the drills and tell that's what they're working on. They're working techniques to get in the trenches, get out in space, move, get a hat on the body, and keep it going. So that's for the O-line. Takeaway number 2, with the defensive line. Today we got to see Coach Roach and assistant Jamie Mosley. I'm assuming he's like the defensive line assistant coach, I guess. They were out there working, man, and there weren't any lineups or anything. There were just groups going together. And one that I noticed off rip, 33 and 96, you all know Tim Keenan. And then I want to say 33 is Curtis Perry, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Curtis Perry. Those two were the first ones up in line, and that remained consistent throughout all the drills. Even when they went to the other sled, those two were the two that were in the front. And you all know that we've been very high on Curtis Perry and his increase, I guess you could say his increased insight or his increased volume of work due to, still haven't seen Jaheim Otis in action, in play. We know that in the offseason he went through, had a few things tighten up operation-wise, and we saw him working out. That's good to see him trying to make sure he gets healthy. Hunter Osborne, that's who 33 is. Surprised the crap out of me. Hunter Osborne, 33, and Tim Keenan were leading the defensive line drills. Then you had, you had number 97, number 92. I believe those two are, I know Ja Latham changed his number to number 20. And then, let me see, 97 is Curtis Perry. There goes Curtis Perry. And then 92, you got Jeremiah Beeman. Okay, something that I heard, and I heard it while I was writing. Coach Roach was talking about, that boy is explosive. That kid is explosive. It was crazy because he was like, go ahead, Beeman, go ahead, Beeman. And like every time Jeremiah Beeman got up, there was a lot of, coaching moments, a lot of things happening involving Jeremiah Beeman. All this the defensive line rotation is going to be so deep. There's about 9 or 10 guys that I believe will be able to be rotated into games to where you're going to have fresh legs. And not to, peel back any sores or anything, but y'all remember how deep Michigan's defensive front was. I feel like that's going to pay dividends going into the season, especially with guys coming into the scheme, knowing that we're in more of an attack mode than previous to the gap scheme that we saw in the Coach Saban. So can't wait to see all of this start to, stack and layer on and start to develop into, the schematics of what we're going to see on the field, because I think it's a good thing. You got a lot of athletic, big guys up there that can move, that can get after the quarterback, that can get in and disrupt the run game. So get in there and get active on the pass game, pressure to the quarterback. It's going to be fun to see how these guys continue to develop. A couple more names, Tim Smith and Curtis Perry. Those two, they just kept turning heads. 44 is Damon Payne. Damon Payne looks like he probably dropped about 15 pounds, 10, 15 pounds. You can come by. You need to walk by. You fine. Yeah, I say hey. She say hey. But Curtis Perry looked like he lost about 10 pounds, man. Hey, Patriot Life, what's good, man? Appreciate you for the $20 super chat. Yes, Curtis Perry, James Smith, a lot of those guys look like they just lean, man. You can see that the initiative for this year's team was not to have a bunch of big, bulky guys, but to have lean, sizable matchups, being able to be in space. You want guys to be able to move in space, and how do you do that? You get a little bit lighter. You don't get too light. You get a little bit lighter, and you do that. You get in space, and you're able to move a little bit better. Very exciting to watch those two groups get after it. I know that's what you all wanted to hear about. Primarily was the trenches, and so that's where a lot of our focus was. But to get outside the trenches, and then we're going to jump into something else too that happened right before we went into the practice facility. As a matter of fact, let's call it timeout. I'm dropping it. Listen, if you were live with Bama Football on YouTube earlier during the Smook Scoop segment, right? Myself, Jake Merrill, and Ty Hayes, we all were sitting there talking about some recruits, right, that would be possibly committed before the weekend was over. I called out 4 names. Rewind the tape, whatever you want to do. Remember who said it. We got Abdullah Sanders, the linebacker out of Mater Dei, California, class 2025. This guy was highly sought after across the country. To get an early commitment from him, he didn't hint it to anybody. I was just looking at his reaction from his visit, looking at his demeanor, just character judgment. You look at his film. He is the perfect linebacker. You could put him on the edge. You could put him at Mike, Sting, any linebacker position you need him. Bandit, Wolf in this scheme, you can put him anywhere. I believe that he's going to come here and probably be looked at the Mike position. Him and Luke Metz, Sterling Dixon, QB Reese, they all have the same type of skill set. So that's going to be a deep room as you continue to see Kalen DeBoer, Kane Womack, and this staff continue to push out and get a lot of these highly talented recruits. So it was exciting to see that news break. Big news, big news. And I'm telling you right now, there might be another player from Mater Dei that might be committed before the week is out. And when his name comes up, you guys are going to be excited. You guys are going to be excited because we've been talking about how deep the running back room is. Well, it might be getting a little bit deeper this weekend, so stay tuned. Got to pick up the notepad. Y'all know I had to slam it down and be extra. Shout out to Jay Townsend with the $5 super chat. Said, roll tide, Coach DeBoer is killing it on the recruiting trail. 100% facts. We told you all that the recruiting thing was not going to be an issue for him coming into the South, in the Southeastern Conference, with the Alabama brand behind his winning culture that he's always bred. Wherever stop he's made as a head coach, he's always been able to win. Having the Alabama brand behind you makes it that much easier. Jared, my guy, he said, I really appreciate these off-schedule updates. Hey, we try to get it to you all as quick as possible. We know there's other networks that do what they do. They do a great job, and we're trying to compete. You know, I told y'all earlier, this network, we're not going to lay down for anybody. We want to continue to compete. We appreciate, we admire what others do, and we want to emulate it at another level. So we're trying to take it up a notch. Here, let's get back to practice report, man. I'm excited. This is my first time doing it like this. I don't think we have an actual script. I'm just kind of going off top of the head. So it's cool to be here in this moment, looking at the students ride around and things of that nature. It's pretty cool. All right, here goes another takeaway. We did O-line for the first takeaway, Coach Cap and the O-line. We did Coach Roach and the D-line. Another group that we were able to admire and evaluate very closely for about a good 6 to 8 minutes of the open viewing period was the quarterbacks. And I know everybody is curious to get the real or the takes on the quarterbacks. Now, lineups, we already know what it is. Jalen Milroe's number 1, Ty Simpson number 2. I think what we'll be surprised to hear is that today, in every drill, was a consistent lineup. You went Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson. Austin Mack has slid into the 3rd slot. Now, does that say anything? It's only spring, it's the 5th practice. Does it say anything? I don't know. But it does leave room to, think. So Austin Mack and then Dylan Lonergan was 4th, which, all of the quarterbacks look pretty decent. I will say this. Jalen Milroe, and Kyle is probably in there watching right now. I don't know if he's going to comment or not, but Jalen Milroe looks like a completely different quarterback. And y'all can say I'm hyping him up or whatever. I guarantee you, before the night is over, there will be 5 or 6 other media outlets that will echo the same message. I guarantee you. Jalen Milroe looks like a totally different quarterback. He looks like somebody that is confident in what he's being taught. And just like I said with his quarterback coach, his 59 thumbs up only. Come on, y'all, we got 200 in the chat. Come on, rubberneckers, y'all know what to do. Hey, undefeated, y'all get them active. Y'all know how we get this thing going. Super proud of you, bro. Hey, KT, appreciate the $9.99 super chat, sis. Appreciate you. We greatly appreciate you over here at Bama Football on YouTube. Did I miss a super chat? Okay, no, I got him. Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure I'm acknowledging you all for all your monetary contributions and supporting this channel. We love you guys. This is what, it motivates us. Not just the money, but you all interacting. You all appreciate what we do. We thank you very much. So, back to what I was saying about the quarterbacks. Jalen Milroe looks like a completely different quarterback. I don't know if y'all remember the type of improvement that Jalen Hurts made the year he sat behind Tua, and then he got to go to Oklahoma, and he was basically going to win the Heisman if Oklahoma was worth something, right? And they were a solid team. They weren't complete. Everything was really relying on Jalen and that offense. But I'm going to tell y'all this. I haven't seen Milroe, even on air, and looking at practice footage from last season, coming into this season, even ending last season, some of the practice footage we would see, as much game time and the game experience he had under his belt, he didn't look as smooth and as confident in his mechanics as he does now. I'm telling you, Jalen Milroe is a different quarterback. All the naysayers will be put on notice. Everybody that thinks Ty Simpson is ready, He very well may be. But I will say this, Jalen Milroe did not have one ball touch the ground. He had, the one that did touch the ground, it touched the receiver's hands, and it should have been caught. The tight end, C.J. Dupree. It was good to see C.J. Dupree back in a white jersey. So whatever was going on in the black jersey where he wasn't participating the first week when we were doing viewing, it's good to see C.J. Dupree back out there active. And he was taking reps with Jalen Milroe, and so was Danny Lewis. Roll Tide, loving the content. What do you think about Abdullah Sanders committing Wesley Weeks with the $4.99 super chat? Wesley, I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but everybody in this chat that watches this show daily, they were on live earlier when I literally called this. And there's 3 other names that I called. I know for a fact 2 will be committing before the end of the week, before Sunday is over with. And maybe that fourth one, after this commitment, maybe it pushes him to jump on the board too. So, and that's going to be I want to say his last name is Davison, the running back out of Modern Day, same school as Abdul. So thanks for the $4.99 super chat. And we're gonna crystal ball that. We're gonna crystal ball that. If I miss, I miss. You know, it happens. But I'm very confident right now. I'm very confident. You know, we do our research, we do our due diligence, we get in contact, and we do what we got to do. My boy Ty Alexander says, work been crazy. Haven't been on in a week. Had to come support Smook. What up, my guy? What up, Kyle? Hey, appreciate you for coming through, man. Appreciate the $9.99 super chat. Thank you all for being here. We got 340 in the chat. Make sure y'all are running the likes up here for Bama Football on YouTube. I'm Coach Smook, one of the team reporters, recruiting insider for here Bama Football on YouTube. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you for showing up. And if you haven't shared the live, hit the share button. It's a little arrow. Hit that bad boy. Tweet us out. Hit that bad boy. Get us on the book. Hit that bad boy. Put us on the gram. I mean, just get it out because you're not going to get this type of content anywhere else. All right. So Milroe looks great. Ty Simpson, and you can see that it's a timing thing, not necessarily his fault, but working with some of the second group and third group guys, overthrew a few of the running backs, was a little inaccurate with the tight ends. But when they got into the wide receiver drills, the throwing workouts with the wide receivers, everything on the perimeter was so precise, so beautiful. If this is what I think it is, y'all, I might messed up our live. Yeah, that's them, man. I'm sorry, y'all. This family, these are people I admire that have extensive ties to the university. So I'm sorry, y'all. Look, don't mess me up. I already told them I'm showing too much love already. Yes, man. So yeah, I done lost my train of thought. They like family to me, man. And to see them walking around campus, you know, I know that I can't say who they are, but yeah. Ty Simpson, still poised, man. He didn't, no emotion when passes were dropped. The underthrows took his coaching. Nick Sheridan out there with the headset on. That was huge to see. Quarterbacks, you know, you could tell they're working the communication system. That was good to see that we are putting an emphasis on getting all of those little things ironed out. Kalen DeBoer, every time you turn around, he's talking to Jalen Milroe. And to me, that's a telltale sign of what direction they really want to go and when it talks about the starting quarterback. We all have a good idea of how Kalen DeBoer distributes information through it with his offense, how he likes to establish a guy to be kind of the leader of that group. Jalen Milroe is your foregone leader. We knew that coming into the season, but now to see the skill set out there and to see the development happening, it just gives me that much more confidence that Jalen Milroe will be the quarterback going into the season. You know, we still got scrimmages. We still got, 10 more practices, I believe, before A-Day. So, 9 more, and then A-Day. So I don't put it past anybody that Jalen Milroe will be the starting quarterback going into the season this year. We got 331 in the chat, 117 likes. Make sure y'all run the likes up. Let's get this to 150. Can we get this to 150 in the next 5-10 minutes? Just run the likes up. Likes are free. They don't cost you anything. Look, she coming from physical therapy. I'm gonna put it on camera, y'all. Say Roll Tide, y'all.
Roll Tide, baby.
Y'all check us out on Bama Football on YouTube. Nah, we on Bama Football on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah, y'all check us out. Yeah, that's how we do, y'all. Yeah, thumbs up. Let's go. So we talked about, Austin Mack moving into third. That was, third in the lineup as far as rotation during the drills. And like I said, this may not mean anything, guys. But if you play football, you know that your leaders are usually going first in these group drills and these warm-ups, and it's a telltale sign of where they are fitting on the depth chart. And you still got to think, you know, we got different personnel groupings, we got different formations. Maybe there's a set for Ty Simpson, maybe there's, you know, you never know. This offense is that extravagant, is that spread out. You never know. Let's jump over to the wide receivers. Takeaway number 4, wide receivers, Jamarcus Shepard and the energy. We saw the video that Alabama University Athletics, Alabama Athletics, they put the video out of Jamarcus Shepard. Y'all see the energy. That is not a put on. That is 24/7. Every interaction I've had with Coach Jamarcus Shepard, every piece of film, every clip I've seen, nothing but energy. So it was awesome to see it like live in action because the likes of Emmanuel Henderson, and I got to figure out who number 21. Somebody, if y'all want to be a help undefeated, because y'all always are. Number 21, I want to say, and if that's who I think it is, I feel really good about his position and how he's progressing in this office. Somebody asked about it earlier. Bubba Hampton. There you go, Trav Panur. Somebody asked about it. Bubba Hampton was going with the second group in this wide receiver drill. They had 4 different spots. And the first group I saw, Jalen Hill was at the X. Henderson was at the slot. Kendrick Law was at the other slot. I mean, not Kendrick Law, but Kobe Prentice was at the other slot. And Kendrick Law was at the Z. So that was a good, you know, and like I said, this is just drills, warm-ups. I don't want anybody to think I'm putting out a depth chart. But to see those 4, if we go back and look at some of the lives when we were messing around with formations and lineups, this was similar to one that we had. I think we had Jeremy Bernard in one of those spots. I think the Z. I think we had Law. But to see Law at the Z, that means what I think in my concept of how you use the Z, that's where he's going to be at. Seeing him in a lot of jet sweep motions, a lot of quick screens, a lot of hitches, a lot of quick slants. Get the ball in his hands quick out there in the perimeter where usually you're going to be to the boundary, right? You're going to be to the boundary where you're going to have multiple defenders. Get the ball in his hand, let him make moves, make guys miss, run people over, do what you do. But then you got a guy like Kobe Prentice next to him who's just another route technician, strong route runner, and he looks like he's getting faster, guys. I don't know what these kids are doing in the offseason, but their dedication is starting to show on the field. I'm telling you. 20 minutes of practice. Oh, yeah. So, Kyle, you're going to be in there for a minute, huh, brother? The internet in there is not the fastest. Kyle is literally over that way in that building there. And he's trying to get y'all, I mean, he got some good shots. We got some good shots. Y'all are going to see Jalen Milroe's throwing motion, and it has not changed. His decisiveness is second to none right now. It's like he's sure about who he is and what he brings to the table as a quarterback. But that wide receiver group saw Cole Adams out there getting a lot of work with the second group. There were a few people missing. I did not see Jeremy Bernard. I don't know if Kyle was able to get his eyes on him. Another wide receiver that we've been talking about. What's the wide receiver that we've been talking about undefeated? Let me know. Give me some names. Run some wide receiver names up, and I can tell you what I saw because I have, where my numbers at? And then we're going to jump into the DBs too. I will say this, Caleb Odom, yes, it's not hype. Caleb Odom is that dude. I don't care. On air, whatever you want to say, it's on air, I don't care. Caleb Odom is that dude. There was a pass thrown to him, and I can't remember if it was Dylan Lonergan or Austin Mack, but it was thrown behind him, and it wasn't a back shoulder. It looked like it should have been like a post or a seam or something, something skinny, you know, inside, and it should have been leading him. He's in stride, you know, and they're not going half speed. He's in stride. Ball's thrown behind him. Caleb Odom jumps. Yeah. One hands it like this. One hands, just like this. Tucks it, and just casually jogs the ball, hands it off, and gets back in line. Hell yes, Jalen Hale was definitely out there. He was part of that first group that we mentioned with Kobe Prentice, Emmanuel Henderson, and Kendrick Law. Bubba Hampton was named and called for an edit. I don't get it. Caleb Odom, Jaron Hamilton. Jaron Hamilton, 16, right? Jaron Hamilton. Okay, look, y'all, listen. He hype. He's hype. Look at him. Look at Kyle. He hype, baby. Look, that's my brother, man. Oh, look at him. He coming out the jacket. No way. No way. Not coming out the jacket. Look at him. Let's go. Let's go. What's up, man? Look, come on over here, man. Look, you see, look, y'all,
What's up?
let me take the mic off so y'all can make sure.
What's up, fam?
Yo, so I was just telling about the lineups we were seeing, in the Caleb Odom catch, the one-handed behind him.
So the thing, what's up, fam? I appreciate you guys. I just posted the footage. All right. Thank you for supporting Coach Smook. Yo, people don't get mad, okay? Jalen Milroe looks elite. Okay.
I told him he was gonna come out. He's hyped about this, y'all.
Yo.
We've been trying to tell y'all. Go ahead, bro.
Man, I'm telling you. So, like, what we saw is he looks fluid. He looks crisp. Look, Ryan Fowler had Coach Kalen DeBoer recently, and on his show, he was saying the same thing. He was dropping dimes, this and that. I am not shocked by any of this. I didn't come into practice wondering, like, was he going to be good? He has a quarterback coach, Kalen DeBoer. He works with the quarterbacks. So I'm not surprised to see this. Now, I want to ask you this, okay? I'm not trying to star anything here. Coach Smook, I'm going to pass the mic to you.
Don't do it.
This is called Pass the Mic, all right? Has Austin Mack, for today, has he surpassed Dylan Lonergan?
I tried to tell him, Kyle, I'm glad you're here because now they don't think it's a Milroe bias or anything like that. It's the truth, guys. Things are happening. We're not saying these are lineups. We're not saying this is a depth chart. But if you played the game of football, you've been through spring training, when it comes to certain positions, it matters your lineup, right? Jalen Milroe first, Ty Simpson, and I was surprised. Austin Mack was third.
And you know what? Austin Mack is called Pass the Mic. Austin Mack doesn't look bad either, okay? We see the way that it happens is the quarterbacks are on a far side of the field, okay? Most of the times, by design, they are throwing away from us. So we're not, but there are times where they turn around and they throw to us. Mostly the running backs and tight ends. I barely saw them throwing to wide receivers today, okay? So take that for what it is. I'm just saying, from Jalen Milroe's standpoint, he looks good. He looks polished. You shouldn't be shocked by this, okay?
Right.
Austin Mack looks good. And look, I know Coach Smook, you started something yesterday by saying Ty Simpson was throwing at Pro Day.
Yeah.
Look, Ty Simpson, and the crazy thing that stands out about Ty Simpson, he's got legs.
Yeah.
He's a thick dude, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's about the quarterbacks. What else stood out to me was, like, I look at the linebackers, and I had a chance to watch the inside linebackers. They were kind of to the front of me, probably like, 40 yards, let's say. Deontay Lawson is that guy, 100%. Along with him, you had Jahad Campbell. I would say Jahad Campbell's, he's right behind Deontay Lawson. And I mean that by, like, saying Deontay Lawson is an NFL-type guy, 100%. And so is Jahad Campbell. He's going to be that guy. Behind them, you have Jeremiah Alexander. I'm excited to see him kind of progress. What about you, Coach?
That was what I was going to say. Jeremiah Alexander and Justin Jefferson, that tandem. I mean, look, not just as good, but like for anybody else, that's a starting inside linebacker group, they look. Jeremiah Alexander, fast. I didn't know he was that. I didn't know he could get in space like that. Like you see how he was getting in space. But I will say this, guys. Jeremiah Alexander being put in that position, you got to remember he came in as an edge guy. For him to be, for Kane Womack, who is the inside linebacker coach, coaching the inside linebackers, and defensive coordinator, for him to trust Jeremiah and to put him into this type of role early in the spring, that tells you that he's picking up things, he's learning, he's grasping what he needs to grasp. And that's a good thing because you want a talent like him out there. Physical, hard-hitting, dissects the run great. Want to see how his coverage is. That was one thing that we were like, I don't know, but I feel like he has the athleticism to continue to grow, man. Pass the mic.
Pass the mic. Okay, so look, I saw, so the DBs ran to me. So I saw a little bit of Keon Sabb, but I saw, who just rolled right up to me was Damani Jackson.
Yeah.
So Damani Jackson getting in some work as well. So I'd love to see Damani Jackson in there. And I think I said this the last time that we watched practice, which was crazy because it was such a long time ago. It was like, March 7th or whatever.
Right.
I don't even know what today is. Today's the 21st, right? So, 2 weeks out of it, you see the same thing that we've seen from Damani Jackson and Keon Sabb in terms of providing that leadership, like guys who came in who have a little bit more experience. But I'll tell you who, like, the dog is on the defense in the secondary is Malachi Moore. Malachi Moore, like 1,000,000%. Like, he is that guy.
Nobody questions Malachi Moore.
And guess what? I'm gonna break it to you guys. Guess who is coming to SEC Media Days? They haven't even released this. This isn't even official, but Malachi Moore will be there. I promise you.
Guaranteed.
It'll be Jalen Milroe, Malachi Moore, and
Maybe a Tyler Booker, maybe.
boom. That's it. That's it.
Maybe.
That's it. I mean, those are your
You
leaders.
got so many
Yeah.
dogs though.
Yep.
There's so many dogs. but as far
Deontay
as-
Lawson could be another one,
Yeah.
right? So they'll probably bring 3. But I'm telling you, Malachi Moore will be that guy. He exemplifies. You know what? Honestly, I know when he first came in here, a lot of people were calling him like mini Mink, whatever. But the thing about it, they're different playing styles, and he's not a Minka Fitzpatrick, and that's no disrespect to him. It's just Minka Fitzpatrick was like that guy.
Yeah.
The thing about it is Malachi Moore has that same personality, and he exemplifies like that leadership and everything that you want within someone who's just representing Alabama in the defense. So Malachi Moore is that guy in the secondary. Smook, I want to ask you, I had a chance just to quickly see the tight ends, and what I saw was Robbie Oots like making a one-handed grab.
Yeah. So not only that, but everybody tries to see, and this is what I was saying about alignment. You had C.J. Dupree and Danny Lewis taking passes from Jalen Milroe, right? Milroe was going twice, and then when Ty Simpson came up, you saw Josh Cuevas. And then after that, taking passes from Austin Mack was Robbie Oots. And we were talking about, Austin Mack, his mechanics, he had not a bad pass. It was just kind of off. Robbie Oots one-hands it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It just tells you the versatility of this tight end room. And Josh Cuevas
saw him
he's a lot quicker and more nimble than I don't even remember him from Washington. You get what I'm saying? I don't remember plays.
I don't either.
So,
but I think over like the course of the last couple of seasons, he caught for what, like he's put together like 800 yards.
yeah,
a season.
800 total. You get.
I don't know where he'll fall into it,
going on?
but. Yo, what's up? Come say what's up.
Come say what's up to the people.
Come say what's up.
Look, this is an honor for us. Like when people see us out here, man, it's pretty cool.
What's up, man?
What's your name, man?
Kyle Henderson. This
Okay.
is obviously
Coach
Coach
Smoot,
Smoot.
man. Nice to meet you.
We're on live. We're talking.
Nah, I'm on Bama football.
We're talking with all the fans.
How y'all doing?
Say what's
Tell
up.
everybody what's up.
What's up?
What's your IG?
I ain't got IG.
What?
Tell everybody who you are. Who
Jordan
this is.
Woods, from Demopolis, Alabama.
Okay.
Are you a student here?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, but you watch the channel.
Yes, sir.
All right. So give
You're a
it.
recruit?
Watch all your videos.
You a recruit?
No, that's the plan is.
Okay.
I'm at a junior college.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. That's what's up, man.
Hopefully they
Yeah.
offer me a scholarship next
Nice, Jordan.
next spring.
Okay.
And I transfer here. I play
Hey,
receiver.
I'm
Okay.
your friend. Coach Smoot.
Nice to meet y'all.
Nice
Hey,
to meet you too,
hey, we
man.
appreciate you, man. Good luck to you, man. Demopolis, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see,
Look.
everybody be rolling up. Yeah, Jordan, look, they're like, yo, Jordan Woods. All right, man. Thanks for rolling up, man. See, everybody. And the last time that we were here too, the bus driver stopped us, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Look, there was the buses, and he was like, "Yo, Coach Smoot, Coach Kyle." They were like, "What's up?" Look, they're giving us some love.
What's up, man? Much love, my boy. That's
Hey,
crazy.
we appreciate you. Oh, good. So, Abdul Sanders is in. Did you already talk about
I talked
that?
about it. And
So, okay.
They trying to act like, well, they ain't acting like the ones that wasn't there. But we talked about this earlier, Kyle. 11 o'clock this morning, we were talking about it when I came. Not Sean, but Jake and Ty, they were there. We literally have called 4 names. That was one of them. He was the 3rd name I called. To see him commit this early, I'm telling you, Kalen DeBoer and this staff are not done cooking. Mark my words.
So the crazy thing is that I think that's Christian Miller. See if he'll come up.
Chris.
Roll up through. See if he wants to come say what's up.
Chris.
So this is the thing. This is all live. We're gonna try to bring on Christian Miller onto the show. Let's see if he'll roll through. All right. So recruiting wise, Abdul Sanders joins in. All right, 6'2", 220-pound linebacker from Los Angeles. Okay. This means what this means to me is Coach Kalen DeBoer is so hot recruiting wise. I mean, literally, like the city of Tuscaloosa is burning up. It's on fire. What he's been able to do with the back end of 2024 and 2025 has been fantastic. Christian's gonna join the show. Christian, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
It's good to see you, man. Yeah, Kyle Henderson,
Good to
Bama
see you.
Football on
Chris
YouTube.
Miller.
Yeah.
Man.
Christian Miller, man.
What's up, man? Oh, appreciate it.
We're on live right now.
Okay, how y'all doing? What's up,
Look,
man? Christian Miller,
Christian
former
Miller,
Alabama. There you go.
Look, he has his own show, okay, on YouTube. It's called The
That's
Miller's
right.
Edge. You need to subscribe to his show.
Appreciate
Look,
that.
I know you do your own thing, and I know you get, you talk to. What is your current role here?
So I do a lot of different stuff. I do the sideline reporting with the football team. I got my show like you mentioned. So that's pretty much it. I work with the Crimson Tide Sports Network, but they let former players work out and do all that good stuff. So I'm always around.
So I have to ask you, people thought that Bama was just going to fall off when Coach Saban left, but the foundation is so solidified here. It's been amazing to see how much momentum Coach Kalen DeBoer has. Can you talk about some of that?
Yeah, man. I think he's doing a really good job. He hit the ground running. Obviously, I was a fan of him winning everywhere that he's been, but we do know the SEC is a whole different animal, and so it's going to be his biggest challenge yet. But I think he was the best candidate for the job. It's almost impossible to replace a guy like Coach Saban. But so far, man, I like what I've seen. And I've spoke to him several times, and very respectable guy. He means well, and he's very eager to get in here and do the right thing. So I'm pleased with what he's done so far, man. He's doing a really good job.
And not only him, like his coaching staff, because we've had the opportunity to speak to a couple guys like Bo Lindquist. Like these guys are bringing the absolute fire. Wait, have you seen that same type of energy?
Yeah, practice, man. I'm about to go stand out there for a little bit now, but it's been high intensity. It's a little bit different because in one way it's a little more relaxed. You got music and they're a lot more personable with the guys, but at the same time, it's definitely high energy, a lot of passion with this coaching staff. So definitely a lot to be excited for. Biggest thing is seeing how they're able to develop these players. Obviously, you got a lot of talent. So it's just a matter of getting these guys in the right position to make plays, and that's what they say. They want to adapt to the guys that they have. We've heard Coach DeBoer talk about that. So as long as they do that, man, I think we'll be in good hands. There's a lot of people kind of curious about how recruiting would go. I feel like that's been going strong.
I was just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's been going well so far. Just got to continue that momentum that we've got there. But ultimately, you guys know this. Alabama's all about winning.
Winning, yes.
And everything looks good now. Hopefully they continue that, which I expect them to do. But to be fair, you got a tough schedule this year, so I think you got to also be realistic, right? Even with Coach Saban being here this season, I think it would have been pretty realistic to expect maybe a loss, maybe two, or just to point it out there. You got Georgia, you go on the road, Wisconsin early on, Tennessee on the road, LSU on the road. But with that being said, man, everything that I've seen so far from this staff and this group, man, has been positive from my experience, and I'm rooting for them, I'm pulling for them, and I'm expecting big things this upcoming season.
Real quick before you go, Kane Womack and this staff recruiting you. What position you at in this new 4-2-5 scheme?
I'd say the Husky because it's real similar to the Jack position.
Get a little bit more into the frame right there.
Yeah, and I'll say this. I mean, a lot of people they hear 4-2-5 and they think it's something totally brand new, but it's really not. I mean, we've been running a 4-2-5. All that is our nickel defense, meaning 5 DBs, 2 linebackers, 4 down linemen. And so realistically, the past 3 or 4 years, we've been in the nickel front 90% of the time, if not 95. I was here 14 through 18. We probably played base. I was a Sam linebacker in our base package. I mean, probably maybe there's 3 opponents maybe I can think of. Texas A&M, LSU, Auburn when they went jumbo sets. Maybe one other team you'd really play base. Other than that, we're always playing nickel. With that being said, I would be in that Husky role. But really with this defense, man, personnel-wise, it's going to look very similar. The biggest difference is you'll see in the back end their integrities with their safeties. They do a lot of single high safety versus 2 high safety. We do a lot of pattern matching. They do a lot of just true zone drops, keying the quarterback, read and reacting. Definitely can be a lot more. It can produce more, takeaways, turnovers. But
you can also
I was about to say sometimes it can leave you a little vulnerable. If you're not reacting quick enough or you're leaving openings, sometimes teams can try to pick you apart. So there's pros and cons to everything, just like there's pros and cons to our pattern match system with Cover 7 and Coach Saban. But with that being said, that's going to be the biggest difference you'll see is really with the coverage and the back end with this defense. But other than that, man, I'm excited. I think Coach Womack's going to do a good job, man. He's got a lot of good players to play with. A lot of youth in that secondary, but a lot of talent. And you guys have probably seen that. I've definitely seen that. They've got a lot of young guys in that secondary, but they've got some really good players. So just a matter of developing them, getting them ready to play.
Yeah, well, as you guys remember, Christian Miller, all right? So
Appreciate that.
He has a YouTube channel. It's called Miller's Edge.
Yes, sir.
Follow him, subscribe to his channel. I remember, man, you know what? So I have to say before you go, man. I remember you lining up here because I've been covering the team now for 8 years. People just starting to find out about me. Even though our YouTube
Yeah,
channel
I've
has
seen- I've seen you-
105,000 subscribers.
I was about to say, I've seen you guys before, man.
But you and Terrell Lewis.
Oh yeah.
Man, that was like one of my favorite combos.
Yeah, man, he's a
And
dog,
get a
man.
reach?
No, but no, Terrell. Who had
Yeah,
a
reach
longer
one.
wingspan? You or Terrell Lewis?
That's a good question. I had to look at the
Terrell
numbers.
Lewis was,
Yeah.
he was.
He was a little bit taller than me. He definitely had just as much length as
And,
wingspan,
and
if
you
not
guys
more.
were so athletic in
Yeah.
terms of like what you guys are bringing, man. I remember that. That was a.
Yeah, man. Well, it was funny because when I first got recruited here in
Mhm.
2014, the whole outside linebacker room was, Denzel DeVaul, Xavier
Yeah,
Dixon,
yeah.
Ryan Anderson. These
Mhm.
guys are all 250, 260
Yeah.
plus. And so when Coach Saban was recruiting me and Rashawn Evans,
Mhm.
it was one of those things where it was like, we're trying to go in a different direction, moving forward because,
Yeah.
they're playing Johnny Manziel, Texas
Yeah.
A&M, and it was you're starting to see,
You
the,
were the first
the
phase of this
spread.
group, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes,
So
yes.
when we got here, we're like 205, 215. Everybody's like, there's no way y'all playing linebacker, but it was just a testament to the evolution and Coach Saban's ability to adapt
Yes.
to the new age of college football. So
Yep.
that being said, we've slowly seen that. But guys like Terrell Lewis,
Yep.
Jamie Moses, my roommate here,
Yep.
another
He here.
long guy, lengthy guy. He's on
Yep.
staff
He
here.
look like a
that's
wide receiver now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a lot more length in college football. You have to. You got to have more speed, length, and athleticism. But yeah, man, that's what you're seeing out of the group of guys that they have now. And that's what I'm noticing. The players they've been recruiting. There's a lot of good athletes. They play multiple positions, and I think that's what these guys want. This new staff, they want guys that can play all over, find the right position for them, and see where they're best fit to contribute to this football team.
Well, we love having you here, man. Thanks for rolling
Appreciate
through.
that.
We
No doubt. I was about to
appreciate
say I feel bad. I took y'all set for
No,
about
you
10
good,
minutes
man.
now,
No,
man.
in
But
fact, we
might
love
need-
it. They-
We might
everybody-
need to link you up and have
Everybody
you on
loves
one
it,
night.
man.
For real.
So yeah.
Well, I
so-
appreciate it. Yeah, I was about to say, man, thank you guys for having me real quick. Like I said, I'm just walking in, about to probably work out, watch practice for a little bit. But like Kyle said,
Yep.
if you guys want, check us out. The Miller's Edge on YouTube. It's me and my dad. He's pretty funny. Just be aware. He's very straightforward with his opinion, but it's all good. It's
That
always
means
roll
he's
tide.
honest.
Yeah, exactly.
They
He's
know
honest.
me and Mr. Cordner had a couple of interactions.
Oh, there you go. Well, then you
And,
definitely
and I
know, man.
smoked
Coach,
a
you
smoked a
definitely know,
cigar
bro.
with your dad before too.
Really?
Of course.
I think he might. Was it at R&R?
in Atlanta though.
Oh, never mind.
No,
Okay.
it was in Atlanta. I posted up, and so they needed a cigar lighter, and I smoked cigars, so I rolled through, and I was like,
Oh
I
man,
got you.
that was his
Yeah.
thing for sure. He had to cut back on it with his help, but he
I got you.
definitely is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
big cigar guy. But no, I appreciate you guys
No
having me.
doubt,
I'll
man.
let you guys
For
get
sure,
back to it.
Yeah,
but-
appreciate you, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Man, this
Brother,
one of them
man.
good ones, man.
That's
We're
on me.
not-
Sorry.
we're not running
Fumble.
backs.
That's a fumble. That's why I play defense.
Appreciate
Good to
you,
see you, brother.
Hey,
All right.
appreciate you, man.
Nice to
Nice to meet you too,
No
bro.
doubt, man. Y'all be easy.
Yes,
huh?
sir.
All right, take it easy, man.
Take it easy, man. Christian Miller, y'all.
Yo,
That's crazy. Y'all don't understand. It took everything in me not to just be like, yo, let's race. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we fumbled. That
We
was
fumbled.
but not the interview, just the microphone.
yeah, that's it. But Bama football on YouTube. You gonna get that anywhere else?
No.
I mean, but back to practice. DBs. We was talking about DBs.
No. We were talking about recruiting.
Oh yeah. Okay. Dang, he done made me lose my train. So listen, Abdullah Sanders was
Yes.
one. That was the big one. Linebacker.
From LA,
And modern day. Y'all know what type of product comes out of modern day.
Bryce Young.
And think about this. There's a running back. And we talked about this earlier. There's a running back.
But they can't hear me.
I'm telling you, there's a running back at modern day right now. With his teammate committing, do not be surprised if we get that flip. Do not be surprised if we get that flip. I'm telling you, do not be surprised. These kids are really buying into whatever the message is, Kyle. I don't know what it is.
You know what? Look, the thing was, as I just mentioned with Christian Miller, people thought that this program would just flop over and die, that this place would just kind of crumble and melt when Coach Saban left. It's not the case. The foundation is so strong here. But added to that, Coach Kalen DeBoer, a lot of this is on his own merit and his own personality, on his own recruiting philosophy, and within his assistant coaches. You guys saw the mic'd up stuff with Coach Shepard. I mean, that guy brings so much intensity. So does Coach Kane Womack, Maurice Lindquist. I mean, these guys have this is a new regime. Everything, this is different. It's a different feel here. But that's not a bad thing. And that's not to say what Coach Saban had wasn't a good thing. People do great things in different ways. Recruiting makes people happy. This is the honeymoon phase for right now, right? Ultimately, you have to win,
Yeah.
right? But if you win recruiting-wise, it makes people happy. Landing a 4-star today is a big deal, okay, from the class of 2025. All right, so the last thing that we'll touch on before we put a lid on this, because we got Coach Kalen DeBoer, which we're going to be streaming right here on Bama Football on YouTube. We appreciate you guys more than you know, is the fact that Kane Proctor is coming back to Alabama. Okay, now I don't think that Coach Kalen DeBoer can comment on that today, and I'm sure there might be a really smart reporter that might ask a question kind of around that, but don't be expected for a Coach Kalen DeBoer to have some sort of statement today or make comments specifically about Caden Proctor. And also, you have the basketball team playing tomorrow, and it looks like Nick Pringle is going to be on board tomorrow with the basketball team. So we will keep you posted, but I'll let Smook hit on the DBs. We are streaming Coach Kalen DeBoer's press conference. They told us to be back in by 5:45. That probably means 6:30. So I'm gonna probably even go charge my phone for a little bit. I threw my jacket over there up in the air. He's Coach Smook is gonna Coach Smook is gonna take you home with the DBs, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. We appreciate you guys. Roll the thumbs up.
Run the thumbs up, baby. Y'all know Kyle. Run the thumbs up on the video. Y'all, this is different. You know, I'm excited. After watching practice today, very much excited. Proud to see what this is developing into under Kalen DeBoer, this DeBoer era. Y'all know I've been preaching and pushing that for the longest. And Coach Saban did such a great job. He set the bar so high, and to continue to maintain. And even though this is not winning on the field per se, we're winning in the areas where Coach Saban won. He won in recruiting. He won with winning people over. He won with implementation and being influence, right? Kalen DeBoer is influencing, just the culture here. You look at families that are visiting with recruits, and it's like nobody's walking around looking bored. It's like there's life everywhere. There's an energy here. And before I go, let's touch on the DBs. One thing I did notice, I remember how excited I was about Jalen Backway and where he was lining up at, and his size and his speed and everything. Jalen Backway and Demani Jackson are the first two out every drill. The first two. First week, it was Jaleel Hurley. What I did see today, and we'll talk about it on one of the segments tomorrow, but what I did see today, y'all remember y'all were giving me crap about number 38, the guy to look out for that was a red shirt walk-on or whatever. Guess where he's lining up at? He's the third guy, next to Zay Mincy. The freshmen corners are really out there putting in work. Xavier Brown, another guy. Whatever these guys are eating, let me come up here and get a few meals. Let me get 2 weeks, 3 weeks worth of meals so I could get my weight back. You get what I'm saying? These DBs look smooth. Keon Sabb looked smooth. Tony Mitchell looks smooth today. And guys are flying around. Like we said, Malachi Moore, he's definitely the leader of not just of the DBs, but of his team on the defensive side. Nobody questions him. He's the coach on the field. You got him at one level. You got Deontay Lawson. You got Keon Sabb over top, who's just integrating nicely. Peyton Woodyard. Peyton Woodyard looks like a second or third year guy. And at one point, I almost forgot their numbers. I almost forgot because Keon Sabb, Peyton Woodyard, you don't see a drop-off with execution or speed or anything like that. So that's a positive thing to continue to build on, knowing that we don't have as much depth as far as numbers in the secondary, but you have quality 2 deep and touching into 3 deep. We don't know what's going to happen after the spring portal opens. We don't know what other signees are going to come in and be able to contribute early in the secondary. So it's going to be curious to see how this thing continues to develop. And I think that's good, right? I think that's good, y'all. So thank you for tuning in.
Tell them that we're streaming Coach Kalen DeBoer like at 6.
Okay.
6:15.
So
Coach Sean at 7, and then you'll be back.
yeah. So following this, you'll have about an hour maybe before we go live, and it's all right. Y'all good. Roll Tide. Yeah. Y'all could have came and said, hey, look. But we got Kalen DeBoer around. We're gonna say 6:15, 6:30. We'll probably try to be live about when we think it's about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Talk to y'all.
stream for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. So we'll try to time it better this time. I have one of the mics closer to me so that we can have this mic closer, but they'll actually feed the audio right into it, so we'll have perfect audio today. Also, after that, you'll have Coach Sean and Coach Jantz. They'll be going live for their segment. Then following them, myself and Jake Merrill will be on, and I'm telling you, we're going to dive into recruiting. We're going to dive into breaking down some of the things that I evaluated from practice, and you know, we'll have B-roll footage there with the show. And Kyle is over here practicing his golf swing, so I'm guessing he's going golfing before.
No, I'm not.
Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, we knocking it out. And so with that being said and that being done, man, it's your boy Coach Smook of Bama Football on YouTube, Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate the likes. Don't forget to share this. Even though it's over with, share this live. People want to hear this news. People want to tap in. People want to be a part of this. Keep running the likes up. We at 180, so we did reach our goal. I said 150.
Okay.
We at 180, so appreciate y'all for supporting. And we out of here, man. Roll Tide.